Welcome to Authentic English Podcast, your weekly show where education meets recreation. Here's your host with 20 years plus of teaching experience, Marcia Pike.
Hey there, Marcia Pike here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Authentic English Podcast episode. Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Want to get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial? You Authentic English Podcast listener and viewer can. Just go to audibletrial.com/authentic-english. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. I'm going to add the link to the show notes, okay? So let's get to today's show. Today's show is about a very serious issue, gun control. Before we jump right in, let's focus on the pronunciation of this compound noun. Gun control. The stress is in gun. The pronunciation is control, not control. Control. Gun control. If you still haven't tuned in to episode 19, please do so after this episode so that you can learn how to pronounce compound nouns, okay? There has unfortunately been another mass shooting in the United States. Last Friday morning, May 18th, a 17-year-old student went to Santa Fe High School in Texas and gunned down students and teachers. He opened fire, leaving 10 dead and wounding at least 10 other people. Exactly 1 week prior to the Texas shooting on May 11th, the gunman was a 14-year-old student who went to Highland High, his former school in Palmdale, California, and began shooting a semi-automatic rifle at around 7 a.m. According to CNN, we're only 20 weeks into 2018, and there have already been 22 shootings in the United States this year. More than one shooting a week. According to The Guardian, researchers who have studied mass shooting in the United States have evidence of a quote-unquote contagion effect after a shooting. In the 2 weeks after a mass shooting or school shooting, it is more likely of another mass shooting or school shooting to take place. According to the Business Insider, there was a spike in gun sales after the massacre in Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut in 2012, where a 20-year-old man opened fire and killed 26 and 7-year-old children and 6 adults. The aftermath of a post-mass murder event was the increase of people buying more firearms. The result of the spike in gun sales after the Sandy Hook massacre was a sharp rise of the accidental deaths related to firearms, especially for children. The number of accidental firearm deaths during the 5 months after the Sandy Hook massacre, compared to the same period in other years between 2008 and 2015, was an increase of 27% overall and 64% for children up to 14. This means that at least 60 people were killed accidentally as a result of those gun purchases, 40 adults and 20 children. However, after recent mass shootings, it is common that many gun control advocates in the U.S. point out to other countries around the world as evidence that stricter gun control laws can reduce gun violence in the U.S. According to the Business Insider, assaults by firearm kill about 13,000 people in the U.S. each year, which translates to a roughly 1 in 315 lifetime chance of death from gun violence. That's about 50% more likely than the lifetime risk of dying while riding inside a car, truck, or van. It's also more than 10 times as high as dying from any force of nature, such as a hurricane, tornado, earthquake, flood, or lightning strike. These measures suggest Americans are more likely to die from gun violence than the combined risks of drowning, fire and smoke, stabbing, choking on food, airplane crashes, animal attacks, and natural disasters. In order to get a more global perspective on the issue, Business Insider asked their colleagues who work in other countries a few questions about gun laws in their country. There's a chart in the article of the average time it takes for a person to get a gun in each of the Business Insider correspondents' country. In the Netherlands, it takes 1 year. In France, up to 6 months. In Italy, 3 months. In the United Kingdom, 2 months. And in the United States, 1 hour. Shocking statistics, huh? Check out the whole article to learn more about the average time in other countries. I'm going to add all the articles I've used in today's episode to the show notes, okay? There are also other interesting articles about how the United Kingdom, Australia, Norway, and Japan have nearly eliminated gun deaths with stricter gun control laws. What about in your country? Are there tighter limits on firearm ownership? What are the gun control laws? Leave a comment about it in the comment section in my website, www.authenticenglishpodcast.com. Today's show was part 1 of a 3-part series. Tune in next week for part 2, gun control and compound adjectives. You're going to learn how to use compound adjectives from real examples about gun control. If you want to go the extra mile, please email me at marcia@authenticenglishpodcast.com to get a free transcript of today's episode. If you want a bigger challenge, try listening to my podcast, just the audio before watching the video. This will definitely help you improve your listening skills even more. You can listen to Authentic English Podcasts on Apple Podcasts if you have an iPhone, or Stitcher if you have an Android phone. All you've got to do is download the podcast and Stitcher apps to your cell phone. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so that you'll get a notification as soon as a new video comes out, okay? If you know anyone who will also benefit from today's content, please share it with them. Sharing is caring. Well, I hope you have a great week listening to your free audiobook from Audible. Have a good one.
Great having you with us today. Keep on with Marcia on social media. Head over to authenticenglishpodcast.com to practice what you've just learned. And subscribe, rate, and review. Take care.